Okay, so I wanted to kind of just go into, so I don't know how many of you have ever done research on Mintaka, but so first of all, here is Orion's belt. If you don't know what that is, just by any chance, which is the three stars. Now, the interesting thing about these three stars is when I was doing the research about some things, because I wanted to hear what people had to say, everybody was talking about how Mintaka was destroyed. Okay. Well, I said that doesn't sound right because that wasn't the vision I got last year. It was last year, the year before that, one, two. So I had to sit with my spirit team and I had to have a discussion. So the reason why Mintaka is actually pushed back further is because it went into a what we would call a black hole, right? So, but it's not an actual black hole where you can't see anything. It's just about gravity, right? So once you go in, you don't come back out, right? It's kind of like coming into Earth. You can't really get back up. It's kind of hard. Um, so I wanted to make sure that I sat with my spirit team before I wanted to say something like that. Because when I had my vision, I get a lot of my visions during the daytime too, but this one was at night. And I was like, where am I? Like, this is the most beautiful place I have seen. Like, where am I at? And they're like, this is where you came from. You came from the planet of all water. And I really wish I could find my old journals because I talked about this planet. And I said, is that why I'm like so like first of all, I love sea animals. Sea animals are, oh my God. And if I knew a shark would not eat me, I would go swimming. I literally would. I've been drawn to sharks forever. Oh my gosh. And all animals that are from the water. And but the color of the water was so pure. And I want to show you it was interesting because as soon as I can figure out how to stop sharing my screen again. So this card shows up. Right? And this is the closest I can come, right, to the background here. Is
Does that say seal of Mintaka?
seas.
Oh my,
It
the
says
seas,
the
the
seas
seas of
of
Mintaka. Oh,
Mintaka.
wow.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to read this first. And it says Mintaka is thought to have been a water based planet containing the most crystal clear waters you could ever imagine. So clear that you could see for miles and miles underwater. That is why this is the information they're giving me. That is why most of us like to be able to wear the goggles now because we want to be able to see, right? But this is where it came from a long time ago. Is we used to be able to swim underwater without any goggles, right?
So
I don't know if
cool.
people can do that nowadays, but I know we
Mm-hmm.
used to. But so clear that you can see for miles and miles underwater. The Seas of Mintaka card represents this crystalline clarity of potential and possibility. It's about the ability and choice to see the potential in all people and situations. This could be one of your natural traits, or it could be a sign that you are currently doing that what you're currently doing has great potential.
Mm.
Mintakans are thought to have been a galactic race who saw the light in everything and everyone. You may have received this card, which is what I pulled for us. You may have received this card as a confirmation that a situation or a project has extreme potential and will reach its fruition. If it appears on a spread, which I didn't do a spread, I just pulled it, but it's still a spread. Um, it's very positive. It's a very positive sign that things are working out for your highest potential of all involved.
Mhm.
So when I do these, when I pull these cards, I automatically vision a spread. All right, because there's already a story aligning, right? So I just turn around and just put it in there. So I just say, okay, it's a spread. And I do that with all my cards. Because to be honest, doing a whole reading sometimes takes a very long time. I try to do that for myself, and I'm like, no, we're not going there again. I will take the information, and then when I'm missing, I will pull a card. That's how I do it. And then I relay it all. So it's very positive. Okay, I just did that. It's very uplifting, light-filled card that brings great harmony, contentment, and positive outcomes. According to Carl Jung, that which we do not bring to consciousness appears in our life as fate. When water appears in dreams and art, it often represents the unconscious mind. So pulling this card also means you may be called to bring to light any unconscious patterns of which you're unaware. To look at them and just see them clearly and consciously so they don't appear in your life as fate. What unconscious patterns or behaviors are ready to be brought to light today? And I was like, this is a really good, when we think about unconscious patterns, kind of like what Sarah was talking about, right? Like she's still, even though she knows she's supposed to go straight, like this path is right here for her, right? She's still thinking about over here, right? Because it's a loop. It's something that just has to go through our process of changing. But loops are something that a lot of us don't even think about sometimes, right? So we all have something that is a little unconscious. However, whatever that is for us, is something that we need to bring to light and just say, look, this is not my fate. It's not mine. I don't need it. One of the ways that I really understand it is I can feel it. Like if I feel that there is something near me that is not my shit, move on. I start clearing myself and I start doing everything. I'm like, nope, no, go back into the earth. Nope, not mine. I'm not keeping you. Um, but I do want to turn around and keep that up because it's really pretty. As
Mhm.
soon as I can get it to come back up again. All right. So I want you to, before we like really get into all this about all the stuff that I wrote up, I want you just to take a moment and I want you to close your eyes and I want you to really just picture like this picture, the color of this beautiful planet. And it can be however you want it to look because we all have our own perception. And I just want you to be able to think about it and just not just see it, but I want you to feel it. Because if you are not from here, you have been here and you have spent time here.
Mhm.
And that means that you understand how the ocean really is. You can think, you expand yourself in ways that others just don't quite understand. Because the ocean is big. You do not have to be a Pisces to understand the expansion of the ocean. Because that expansion is you. You are almost all water. So when you turn around and you bring that in and you hold that in your heart space, you can even put your hand on your heart space as you're doing it and just think of this beautiful, beautiful place. And I love watching the animals swim around. And if you're having a hard time thinking of how clear water really can be sometimes, just think of some like like the water bottle. I mean, that's clear. But all of it has like this beautiful kind of a turquoise tint to it because the way that the sun hits and the way with the animals in it and all of the food that they need to eat. I just want you to just go ahead and just take a deep breath in and release. Because now we're going to come into this sacred space and we're going to call in our family and our ancestors from the time that we spent time here. And we're going to make sure, since we are on this planet, that we call in our spirit team so that way they only allow the good in. Because sometimes we have ancestors that, you know, just want to make sure that we're clear on what we're inviting in. So you can go ahead and come back for now and whenever you want to. I want to talk about how Mintaka is just the star itself, and it's from the, we named it from the Arabic Mantika. So meaning the belt or the region is the westernmost star of Orion's belt. And it sits almost precisely on the sensual equator. Tell I'm not used to reading all this stuff. Anyways, means that it's visible to every single human being on the planet in every hemisphere. And every season, no other major star has this distinction. Now, I know lately it's been calling me. And I actually asked, I think it's been like a couple of weeks ago, maybe, when I can actually see outside with all the stars. I said, why do you keep calling me? Like, what is this about? You're calling me for something. And I said, because every time I look out, I see you. Like, there's so many other stars, especially where I live. I'm like, there's so many stars out there, but you just keep calling me and calling me. Well, now we kind of know why, but it was so interesting because I'm 900 lifetimes years old. Okay. And this star system is approximately 900 to 1200 light years away. Right. So I thought that was very, very interesting. And I'm a nine number, by the way. Uh, but it is burning with blue-white brilliance. It shines over 90,000 times more luminous than our own sun. When you look at Mintaka, especially if you guys get a chance to do it tonight, you are seeing the light that left its source before many of the world's greatest cathedrals were ever built. Before Columbus ever sailed, before the printing press, the light has been traveling through the universe carrying its frequency, and it has arrived here now to let you know that you are part of this. And as most of you know, in the spiritualness, that you wouldn't be here if this was not for you to know about. Right? And even those that will be listening to this is also for them as well. So one of the things about this planet is have you ever just, this is what they're saying, have you ever just heard a whale and knew that it meant like there was just something for you to understand? Like heard them talking. Like, you know how I don't know if everybody, you know, like ships, they have like the whale, right? But you feel called, you feel drawn. Like there is something like you know what they're talking about almost. It's like you almost, even if you don't know it in your mind, you feel it. Like you can feel this. But it says Orion is one of the oldest and most universally recognized constellations in the human history. Virtually every ancient civilization identified it, named it, and built mythology and architecture around it. The Egyptians, the Greeks, the Mayas, and the Australians, the Dogon people, I've heard of them, of West Africa, and ancient Sumerians also looked to Orion as a portal between worlds. The three belt stars, Alnitka, talk, I can't say it. Can somebody say the word? A-L,
Onutak,
thank you. Sometimes my tongue gets all messed up.
Onutak, Onalam.
Thank you.
Yeah, they're
And Mintaka,
stargates.
yes. Form the most recognizable alignments in the sky. And Mintaka is the one on the far right, the westernmost, which we have seen in the horizon, and it leads away. So in 1983, researchers Robert Bauval proposed what became known as the Orion's correlation theory. So that is just a basic of what that was about. But the ancient Egyptians called Orion Sa, the soul of Osiris. Osiris. Now, some people look at Osiris as a negative thing. And that is because the god of death and resurrection, afterlife, and the eternal renewal. Right. So some people you will hear, well, as long as you are not talking to Osiris, you're fine. And I'm like, I'm not even going there with you no more. Because Osiris actually has helped and a lot of my helping me do research on certain stargates, certain planets. And I'm like, because I wouldn't know even where to go for most of my stuff. Like I have no idea about any of these planetary systems until they start giving me the information. Right. So the Mintaka site sits almost exactly at 0 degrees on the celestial equator, which is also very, very interesting because it is classified as an O-type blue-white supergiant. I don't know if I've shown everybody that when I went to go record, because they told me to take out my phone and take it outside to record, so I did. And the amazing colors of this just spinning and spinning and spinning. It was like, I don't even know how to, like bluish, some reddish colors, just, but mostly blue and white. Just, it was just spinning and spinning and spinning. It was so, you guys will have to go out there and take out your phone, especially, I don't know if, I know iPhones can do it, but like really go in and just watch. It's beautiful. I recorded mine. But it is actually a multiple star, at least 4 stars bound together with gravitational. It is approximately 900 light years away, and it rises almost perfectly due to the east, sets almost perfectly due to the west. So the sole recognition of Mintaka is in the galactic origin frameworks. Mintaka is regarded as a primary star of soul origination. Many souls walking this earth right now carry Mintakan energy in their blueprint. Right? Most of us are all made of water. Well, much all of us are made of water. Not everybody has actually been there. There are other planets that do carry a lot of water. So, but it's not necessarily the meaning that they literally come from the star system, but that they carry its frequency and its wound and its gift. So These are some of the soul traits that you have always felt a longing you cannot name, a homesickness for a place you have never been in its lifetime. You are deeply, almost painfully sensitive to dishonesty. You don't just notice it, it physically affects you. You cannot understand why people lie. You would think that this would be something that everybody has, but it's not. Unfortunately, it is just not. And there are plenty of people out there that say, well, it's, it's just this or it's just that. But there are some of us that it almost eats you. Right? It's like, what? No, 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 no. I mean, I think we've come to understand. We try to have more empathy, I think, for people that have to do that. But it doesn't change the fact of what is going on inside of us. But water calls to you. The ocean, the rivers, the rain, they feel like home in a way that nothing else does. Now, for some people, water can be scary, and it's mostly for Pisces for some reason. But the idea that you still love water, it doesn't necessarily have to be about, I mean, I don't like going outside in the rain, don't get me wrong. I'm not one to be, wanting to come in and be all soaking wet or go someplace also soaking wet. But I will tell you the rejuvenation that I feel from being in water. That is where it feels really, really good. And it's interesting because my son says yesterday, because he's sick, and I said, well, why don't you go take a bath? And he goes, I'm not getting in the bathtub. I was like, okay. Right? He's like, I'm just not into all that. I'm not into going and doing all that. I'll take my shower so I can get clean, but that's enough for me. Right? So well, I know you're not from there. I don't need to. Okay, we'll figure out where you're from, but you're not from there. Um, but it says you feel things deeply and you often absorb the energy of a room the moment you walk in. Other people's pain becomes your pain. This is something that learning to not absorb, this is probably in your guys' charts, by the way, probably not to absorb other people's energies, right? Learning how to protect yourself, give yourself those boundaries, right? Um, but you feel things, you have always known that there is more. Even as a child, this reality felt like the veil was thin, but there was just something much larger. One of my things is everybody used to tell me that there was people out there don't love like I do. And I said, yes, they do. I know they do. People aren't kind like you think. Yes, they are. I always say, yes, they are. Granted, not everybody, but yes, there are. There's a lot of good people out there. And I would always argue back. I'm like, nope, that's not true. People would tell me that my visions, my dreams, all these things were way out there. And I'm like, no, they're not. If I'm thinking them, somebody else is thinking them, or they're getting ready to. I don't know how many times I've thought about things, and next thing you know, a couple months down the road, a year down the road, somebody's made something that I thought of. And it's like, I got to the point where I just quit because everybody always told me my dreams were so far-fetched. My dreams are out there. But no, they weren't. And I know that your guys' were not either. You are a natural healer, a teacher, or a guide. People gravitate to you. They share their deepest wounds with you, and sometimes without even meaning to. I know I posted on my Facebook page the other day about going to the dentist. And it was so cute. because this lady literally was sitting there telling me all about her stuff, and I just sat down and we just started talking, and all of a sudden it was literally about her whole, her and her husband's life, and how it was just some really in-depth stuff. And she just kept looking at me like, why am I talking to you? Why am I talking to you? And when she was done, I just looked at her and I said, how does it feel? Like, how do you feel to get that off your chest? And she's like, oh, and then she just kept going and started talking some more. I was like, all right, we're not done. Right. And it was beautiful. And this happens to me a lot. So I know it has to happen to you guys. That people, and I know, Kit, for sure that being around you, I know that I'm able to talk in front of you. So, girl, um, anyways, that's all of you guys. But I just had to put her out there too. Um, but people gravitate to you, they share their deepest wounds. Okay, I just did that. You feel a particular pull to harmony, beauty, and clean energy. Chaos and cruelty genuinely, they wound you at a cellular level. And, again, they want me to kind of bring this up, that this might seem like it's a given thing that everybody should just do this, but people are just now coming into who they are. People are just now starting to realize where their soul has been and where their soul originated from, outside of like literally living on a planetary system, outside of just coming from God. You may have struggled to fit in throughout your life, not because something is wrong with you, but because you carry a frequency that is different from the baseline of the world. And one of the things that means is so history, most of the people born that came to Earth were just earthbound spirits. They were just the Earth was the only place they'd ever gone to. Okay, so coming here, they were created and then they just came here. Well, do have one other place that they go to, but then you come here. And it's because the other planet you go to, it's almost like a school. And then you get to come to the planet that you're going to spend your first time on. But they have like Indians, and there's other, like the cavemen, they were only here. They did not originate from another planet outside of where God kind of sticks us first, but which is 420 for me, which is really good because I'm getting all flustered because they're like a whole bunch are talking at the same time. And so 420 for me is about just bring it back in. You got this. So feeling that struggle to fit in life, and it's not because something was wrong with you, it's just the frequency was different from the baseline. And that is something that as we're moving forward, we're going to see a lot more star seeds. And I know I've talked about this, we're going to have a lot more because they're coming in, and it's very interesting, but that's probably for another time. But you may have struggled to fit in throughout. I just did that one. You have a deep connection to ancient civilizations such as Egypt, Lemuria, Atlantis, okay? Because these are stars, right? I laid out there one night and years back, and I said, I think some of these stars are actually soldiers. Like, like they're literally here watching and protecting all of everything out there, right? And I didn't realize that I was scaring my family when I was talking about it, because to me it felt safe, right? I'm sort of talking about different life forms on different planets and how it was like this and how it was like that. And my husband just looked at me and goes, what the heck are you even talking about? And my son, he is like getting all scared. And I'm like, why are you scared? I'm like, what, do you think we're the only ones out here? So these feel like memories, not just information. Okay, so when these are all happening, especially like a lot of us got a lot of Egyptian stuff that were coming to us for a while there, right? There was a lot of Egyptian things that were coming. And I know Lemuria came to me like right after the Egyptian. So I'm gonna turn on the frequency of 528. And we're just gonna do like a short kind of a breathwork kind of a guide, not a very big one, not a very deep one, just one that is going to kind of bring you back to where you need to be for a moment. Okay, so I want to turn this on. There you go. How's everybody doing? Okay, all right, good. I know some of this part right here is like blah, 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 but it's also about, especially since I got some people that really love science. Because I love science too. Although I probably should have paid more attention after school. That's all I gotta say. Um, so I had it up here. Yeah. I know sometimes it's a little loud, so okay, so Tracy's the only one I can see, just to let you guys know that. My earbuds are going dead. I want you guys just to go ahead and just sit back and just close your eyes. Just let your hands just rest on your lap with your palms facing up. And for some of you that don't know, this is about receiving. Go ahead and take a deep breath in through your nose. Just fill your lungs completely. And just hold it for a moment. And then when you release, I want you to release it with a sigh. Go ahead and have you guys do it again. Take a big deep breath in through your nose. And this sigh can be as loud as you want it to be when you release it. And I'll have you guys do it one more time. Now I want you to begin the steady rhythm of inhaling for 4 counts, hold for 4, and exhale on 6. And we're going to do this 8 times. Now I just want you just to let yourself just breathe natural. And just release that count. And I want you to bring your awareness to the top of your head where your crown chakra is. And I want you to imagine the night sky is above you. Dark, infinite, and alive with stars. And your eye is drawn naturally to the cluster of the 3 stars of Orion's belt. Three blue-white stars just blazing in the perfect alignment. In the right star, the one that rises first, the one aligned with the smallest pyramid of Giza, way off to the right, that is Mintaka. And it sees you. Now I want you to notice and feel this blue-white light descending down from Mintaka. And it's so beautiful. And it enters down through your crown, just like a column of starlight. And it moves down through your third eye, down through your throat, and it settles in your heart. It is warm. It's ancient. And it's yours. I want you to breathe into this feeling of this light in your heart. This is not new, but this is so familiar to you. Your soul just knows this frequency. This is the frequency of the original harmony. This is before any wound that you ever had in a past life. This is what carried you when you chose to come here. You knew that this day was coming for you. You knew that you would understand just a little bit more of the life that your soul has lived. Now I want you to let this light just expand out, filling your entire body. Every cell, every corner of your energy field. And I want you to feel yourself remembering I want you to go ahead and take one more deep breath in and hold it at the top. Just release any frequency that may be in your body that needs to be released. It doesn't even have to be heavy, but if it is, just release it. Anything borrowed that you may have had to borrow to get by at any given time. Anything your body's been holding on to, any certain area in your body that needs to be released, just let it release. And feel that beautiful crystalline blue and white just in your body. Repeat after me. I stand now at the gate of the belt. Three stars as perfect as I am. Marking my way home, which humans have been searching for thousands of years. And Mintaka, quiet Mintaka, I understand because we are the first to rise. I am the one whose light is oldest in its traveling. And I now call on the parts of me that remember. I came from a place of absolute harmony. A world where truth was the only language spoken. My soul communicated with other souls. I knew no armor. I knew what it felt like to exist in this natural nature. I chose to come here to share. I chose the veil. I chose the forgetting. Not as punishment, but as my soul's mission. I know I'm here to carry the frequency to help those who have forgotten what harmony feels like. Because it is in every cell of me. This is who I am. Now I want you to know is just your original frequency letting you know who you are, letting you know that there is something bigger inside. And just know that every time you stand or are near water's edge, you will feel this cellular memory coming back. Just know that home is your soul. Home is the highest frequency we have. And you are the one who carries this. Know that every room you walk into will change. Because your frequency walked with you, because of who you are. Every soul you touch receives something they cannot explain from your frequency. Every kind word is a healing. So know that every healing you offer carries a beautiful template for the world that you came from. This is not something small. This is your very essence. Place your hand on your heart. I want you to feel your heartbeat. That beating is ancient. Your soul is what makes that beat. And just know in one of those lives that you've lived, you becoming you is the most truest part of yourself that you can ever give yourself, the biggest gift. Activate that memory. And say, I activate the Mintakan frequency within my cellular structure. I activate the remembrance of the original harmony in my own energy field. knowing that by divine appointment, I belong here. I am home wherever I stand. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. And as we bow and give grace and love to the beings that were here to help us in this beautiful remembrance, this beautiful activation, know that they are always watching and always with you. Thank you. And you may come out when you are ready. Turn this off. All right. As soon as I can see everybody. There we go. How do you guys feel?
Amazing. A little tired. I feel a little tired.
You always get tired, honey.
I know. I liked when they were talking about the water because when I'm around water, I get so refreshed, so really like it just makes everything better for me.
I love that.
Take a couple of showers a day. It'll change your energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I take a lot of salt baths.
Hmm.
I do. I enjoy them. I mean, I don't always like getting my hair in it, but it's very refreshing. And it gets I mean, I'll go to the water anytime I'm, Washington State's water is kind of cold, but um, I still, it's beautiful and it feels good. And, I will get in my tub and I will um, put my own intention into it and then get into it.
Hmm.
All right. Does anybody want to share? Thank you for sharing, Melissa, because I love for those of you who don't know, Melissa tends to fall asleep when we do our meditations. And if I do any hypnosis, she's out. I just let her, I just know that she'll contact me later.
She's working behind the scenes.
She does. She gets some amazing healings. So I just leave her be. I check with her spirit team and be like, okay, she's still good. All right, we're good then. So yeah, I would like to know how everybody's feeling. Yeah, I'm gonna go to Kit, make her speak. She's gonna
Well, I was just about
She's
to
ready.
so I have two sentence context to get everybody. So I have a heart condition. Okay, so I take medication to slow my heart rate down so I don't stress my aorta. I normally don't feel, up until 2 years ago, I don't feel my heartbeat because I take medication to drop it so low. The last 2 years, I've been extremely stressed, so I feel bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, ba, bum. I don't know if normal people not on medication feel their heartbeat throughout their day. I don't. So this session, for the first time in probably 2 years, Michelle, that's why I kept holding there. I'm like, I can't feel it anymore. That I don't reach that level of calm like in a long time. So
Mm.
that is impressive. That's magical to me. So thank you.
Thank you. I'm glad that you did. It's one of the areas I love holding space for We do a lot of different healings in here, to be honest. I don't even sometimes I'm like, do we even have anything left to heal? Like, like, is there anything left to do, to
Always.
be honest? I ask every week, are you sure? Like, can we do something else? Because what I was gonna do is do some channeling. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and just let you guys do the channeling on your own and see what you guys get. Because I would love for you to be able to go out and talk to that planet and ask it a question. And when I say this, I really mean this. Is to ask it, and then the first thing you hear, I want you to take it.
Mhm.
All right, it has to come from a place of honesty, obviously, and love, and that for yourself, because that's really what that planet's about. It's about honoring yourself. Most of the planets that we came from. So one thing I like to explain to people is Earth is a catch-all. Okay, so anything that happens here on Earth, there's a planet out there like that. Okay, so and a lot of us have been to many different planets, and so when you get to feel the planets that really resonate with you and really come inside of you and make you feel good about like where you've been, um because a lot of us have had nightmares and you're like, why am I having a nightmare like that? Well, probably because of where you've been, or it could be a sign of what you're going through right now to change, right? Like, look
Mhm.
at all the
Mhm.
death and rebirth stuff. I mean, that has really nothing to do with death at all.
Mhm.
Right. So when kind of it's about your feelings, about going in with yourself and asking your team, what it's about. But yeah, honestly, I was like, what are we gonna do this week? I'm like, I don't even know if we have any more healing to do, if we have any of this to do, because last week we did two in a row, right? Did the blood moon, and we did the getting you on your, making sure you're on your own timeline. And they always amaze me.
Well, I don't know about you, but anytime that I can let myself be supported to continue on my mission, to stay on focus with my purpose, to let go of that bullshit, not good enough stuff, that you don't know what you're doing stuff, all that, really the bullshit that keeps me a little bit stuck. I know you said last week I was like absorbing. I am, like, I'm an absorber. I try and protect myself, but sometimes I forget or don't succeed, and I can get in that funk, right? But so all of this, I felt so aligned and so much love. And you could see me because I was like, and I
No
was
one can.
dancing all over the
I love
place. I'm
it.
like
Love helping.
moving, and I'm like getting, like, it's getting into every nook and
Mm.
cranny,
There's sprinkling all the stars all over you guys. I'm
right?
loving it.
And I just, yeah, so thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you for that. Um, and anybody else want to share?
What planet were we at?
Mintaka.
Mintak.
Mintaka.
It's the if you look at Orion's belt, which is the three dots in the sky, it's the one off to the right.
Okay.
And what's interesting is when we talk about what's really in alignment with us, we we need to remember that we are not perfect. Water is not perfect. It has its own imperfections, right?
Fluid.
But yet, if you were to turn around and look at somebody, like every time you look at the water, it looks different. There's something that looks different. So just remember that's who we are. It's like it's okay to change. It's okay to be different. It's okay to constantly be evolving, constantly having movement, just constantly being something different. Right? Because your difference, your your perfection is what you see in yourself, to be honest, because if you ask somebody else, they're always going to say something. Okay? And so when you see the perfection in yourself, you will see how everything around you starts changing. It shifts so much. I wish that I could give you guys like let you just borrow my soul sometimes so everybody can just feel it sometimes, right? But I mean, I get in those funks too because I absorb. And I know we're at 5 o'clock, so I don't want to go too far. It,
Yeah, I gotta go.
yeah, I didn't know how much I absorbed until my husband left. And then I found out that all of my thoughts and all of the things I was going through were his. Had nothing to
Mm.
do with me. I was like, what? Right? So that's where I literally started learning how to protect myself. So, I don't know if you two want to be invited into our group. And that's usually where I post the our updates. And whatever I'm going to be, doing on the Sundays. So if you guys want to be invited into that, I'll Krista, you probably have to friend me on Facebook in order to do that.
Okay.
Okay. And
I can
then
do that.
I know Kit's in there, so I can put Kit in there right away. And
Mm.
I love you guys. And
Love you too.
love you. And I will see you guys later on.
Nice to
Okay?
meet you guys. See you
Love
later. See you
you.
next time.
Love you.
Nice to meet you all.